having seen all these bodies related to drug war, how would you describe the drug war itself? Ano yung takeaway ninyo?
I've only seen some. Okay? But this is probably representative of what has happened. It's masakit sa akin, mahirap din sa akin emotionally kasi you're affected by this. Sabi ko nga, ano ba to? Nakikita ko, violence na lang. And, you know, as a forensic pathologist, you try and explain what happened. So those injuries, sino kaya siya, ano kaya siya, paano siya pinatay, blah, blah, blah. Maganda sana kung marami kang information, but isa pa yun, limited din yung nakukuha ko. And it has affected me kasi masakit siyang intindihin. Lalo pa kung makausap mo yung mga relatives. You know, when we do yung ceremonies nila father, yung pag-turnover ng urns, ilalagay sa yung inurnment do sa dambana ng paghilom nila, you see the relatives. And really, the poorest of the poor were targeted. Okay? Kawawa. And makikita mo yung effect din sa kanila that it's been years. And iniiyakan pa talaga. You know, akap-akap mo yung urn and so on. They're still affected. The ones I have seen, demographics, mostly male, except for 2 na pinatay yung tinatawag nilang collateral damage. Kasama ng partner or husband at that time. The age, 35 is the average.
35.
35. Yung grupo ko lang yung mga nakita ko na exhumed remains, 35. Mga yan, breadwinner. Although pag tinignan mo yung kanilang occupation sa death certificate, mostly none or blank. Or mga scavenger, tricycle, pedicab driver. Walang professional doon. At least yun yung grupo na nire-refer ni Father Flavi sa akin. Yeah.
Doc, ito, karanasan ko rin, no? Nung panahon ng Duterte administration, pag may mga interviews ako sa mga Duterte officials, ang claim nila lagi, yung more than 6,000 deaths na nireport officially ng PNP, sinasabi nila, lahat daw yun ang laban, kaya napatay. Ting madidinig niyo yun, knowing what you know now, ano tumatakbo sa isip nyo? Pag gina-justify nila na lahat yun ng laban.
Well, first of all, in terms of numbers, yung over 6,000, 7,000 na yan lang yung acknowledged na involved.
PNP.
Ng PNP. Ang daming pinatay na yung mga unknown, riding in tandem, pinasok sa bahay, nakabonet, etc. Number pa lang, I don't think we have records. Okay. Tapos yung nanlaban, again, I asked the question, but was there a real, honest to goodness, objective, scientific homicide investigation? And there's none. If you dig up, ito yung sinasabi yata ni Secretary Remulla. Maybe they have looked into it. Walang lumalabas na matinong documentation, investigation reports. So how would you prosecute? And ngayon, gobyerno na yung nagtatanong, nag-check. But imagine when it was happening, you've got just families. Families na napatay na yung breadwinner. Tapos, paano mo pakakainin yung mga anak? Di ba, napunta sa mga lola, yung wife, yung widow. Hindi mo mapaprioritize yung investigation. Wala kang resources And in the Philippines, the state is very passive. Meaning, ikaw ang gagastos sa lahat. Ikaw ang maghahanap ng police reports and many times I understand. Wala man lang reports. So, mahirap.
So yan ang sagot doon sa mga hanggang ngayon paulit-ulit yung sinasabi, mga dating opisyal, di ba? Pati mga senador. Eh, ba't di kayo nag-file ng kaso ng mga panahon na yan? Yan ang sagot.
Imposible talaga. Especially for the small people to do it. Every step of the way, may nakaharang sa iyo, but you'll have to give it to some of the surviving family members. Ang galing nila. Talagang nag-push, hindi tinigilan. One example I can give you is Marian, yung nanay, yung Bonifacios, yung mag-ama.
Oo, sa police station.
Yun, kasi I was involved there, and this is one case where there was surprisingly a conviction. This is through NUPL. Yung nanay, asawa, talagang hindi niya tinigilan. Pero ang hirap nun.
Oo. Ito ba yung mag-ama na pinatay sa police station, nanlaban daw?
Hindi police station, pinasok sila sa loob ng bahay nila.
Pinasok sa loob ng bahay. Sorry. Iba yon. Okay. So, nagkaroon ng conviction. Oh. Pero nga, kiniklaim nung I think mismo si Senator Amy, binanggit niya ito kahapon eh. Sabi niya, ang sinayt niya yung Kikian de los Santos to illustrate na hindi, the justice system is working. Kasi nga, kita niyo, mayroong conviction.
Ang feeling mo dyan, parang token conviction na right from the beginning. Ay, sige, magpakita tayo na may makakonvict and therefore, kahit pangit yung ebidensya, sige na, pwede na yan.
Oo.
Because I saw Kian because we exhumed him. And they
yun nga, di ba?
They missed
ayun nga, pakikwento nga yun. Yung na-miss ng original autopsy doon kay Kian de los Santos. Nabalita na yan pero can you recall it? For our viewers.
He was autopsied by PNP. The doctor wrote or signed the usual 1 page and 1/2. 1.5 page. Ganun lang ang laman ng kanilang autopsy report. And sinabi niya doon, nag-focus siya sa 2 perforating or through and through gunshot wounds of the head. Kasi naman, ang kanilang autopsy or medical legal report ay to determine the cause of death. Pag may tama ka sa ulo, okay na. Cause of death na yan. So they hardly do a complete check. They don't do postmortem x-rays to look for bullets. Okay? They don't correlate findings of yung damit. Okay? May butas, saan yung dugo, and so on. So, tapos na. Maiksi, meron pa siyang doon, statement on stomach contents. Ewan ko kung bakit. Basta hindi nakakalimutan yung stomach contents. Tapos, itong Pau, pumapel, especially with the media watching. Nag-autopsy daw ulit for a second time. And this was done in the residence. Okay, how can you do an autopsy sa bahay?
Bahay ni Kian?
May lamay May lamay, tapos daming media. This was very controversial, remember?
Tapos inotopsy sa lamay?
Naghanap sila ng lugar. Sabi ni Randy, binuhat pa nga nila somewhere. So, anong magagawa mo doon? Okay? At saka hindi naman pathologist yan Okay? So, I believe that second examination was just an external post-mortem examination. Because this was what was written in the report. But I have to give it to Pau because, may documentation, photo, pictures. Kaya, nung sinabing may tama dito sa tenga, imagine dyan asintado, at saka dito sa likod. Tapos parang ang insinuation was contact fire, meaning nakatutok. May pictures. And that's the reason why you photo document. You expect to be asked question. I agree. Uy, mukha nga, may itim-itim doon. Lalo na yung sa tenga. Parang muzzle imprint ba yan? I agree. Mukhang close range contact. Okay, tapos merong 2 exit daw dito. Alright. But when we finally exhumed him, I was actually hoping that he be exhumed that the family, including Randy, would agree. Aba, sinama, finally. A day before his, I think, 5th death anniversary. In-exhume siya. Tapos, sabi ko, x-ray natin for sure. Kasi lahat pinapa-x-ray ko eh. Why? Kasi sabi ng PAO, there's a third shot here. Sa left side daw sa chest. And documented. I agree. Ang entry. But the report did not explain what happened to the bullet, what damage it caused, because hanggang external lang sila eh. And so when we exhumed him, again, the first thing I did was ask for an x-ray. And very excitedly, naalala ko yun. Kinukulit ko yung residente, may bala ba? May bala ba? And sabi niya, yes, ma'am. Oh, okay.
Maiwan?
Oh, yes. So that was the one that was that entered here. I presented this already in public. Tapos yung bala nandito. So the next question is, how did it end up there? What could have been damaged? And so on. Anong trajectory, blah, blah. Okay? And so na-recover yung bala. And that bullet potentially could be traced to a particular gun, to a particular shooter. Okay? So he was shot 3 times. And if you correlate it with the scene, remember he was already in a crouching
nakaganon.
position. That in itself is a defensive position. Okay? Nakaganyan ka din. And yet, somehow, meron baril dun sa kanyang left hand na sabi, hindi naman siya left-handed. Tapos yung shots niya, hindi ka pwede magtago ng baril doon. So, yung mga ganyang questions. Anyway, so, I got a bullet. And then, we came out publicly with this medyo late a few months later. And as soon as it was publicly divulged na meron ng bala, here comes a letter from PNP, Caloocan Station, asking for the bullet. Ito yung pinuntahan ako sa office. Eh sabi ko naman, nang natanggap,
Nakwenta mo sa akin yan, Doc.
nang natanggap ko yung letter, sabi ko, ba't ko bibigay? So pinasa ko yung sagot dun sa family, sa lawyers nila, kayong bahala dito, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think I can give it to you. Para medyo off nga sa akin, bakit kayo? Hindi man lang Central PNP, kahit Krame, Ballistic sa IDG. No, it's the station. And ang feeling mo, pumatay eh. Tapos bibigay ko yung ebidensya na na-miss nyo. Parang medyo off yata yun. Pero pinuntahan ako for it.
Nasa na yung bala?
Nakatago. Siyempre.
Okay. Grabe, no? Supposedly, yan pa yung pinaka-celebrated case at buti na nga lang at merong CCTV footage yan. Dahil kung hindi, it would have been another statistic, di ba?
Eh, yun na nga eh. Precisely, kaya nakakalusot kasi walang homicide investigation. Wala talaga. And I've raised it several times already. Eh, yung pumapatay ang siyang nag-iimbestiga. So, where is your independence and objectivity there?